Let us solve some rational equations. Okay, here are some reminders for us. So when we're solving equations, we have to remember whatever we do to the left, we do to the right. And for rational equations, we cannot allow the denominator to be 0. So let's start solving. First, we want the denominators to be the same. So we want to convert these fractions into fractions that have the same denominator. Okay, how do we do that? So first we factor the denominators. So a factor for 2x is 2 times x, for 3x is 3 times x, and 3, it's just 3 times 1. I want them to have common denominators, so I'm going to multiply the first fraction by 3 over 3, the second by 2 over 2, and the third one by 2x over 2x. And you will see why we did this. Because if we multiply, now we're going to have 21 over 6x equals 10 over 6x plus 44x over 6x. Now clearly we see that the denominators are all the same. Once the denominators are the same, you can now multiply the left side by 6x, by the common denominator, and the right side by 6x. So see here, we're multiplying the left by 6x and the right by 6x. Whatever we do to the left, we do to the right. So now the 6x cancels because that's going to give us 1. So we'll have here 21 equals, we will multiply this by 6x, and 6x cancels. So we're going to have 10 plus, we multiply, and we're going to have 44x because the 6x again will cancel. So now this is a nice cleaner equation. We solve for x, so minus 10 from both sides. We'll have 11 is equal to 44x, and we divide by 44. Therefore, 1/4 is equal to x. All right. Now, the only thing left for us is to check if 1/4 will make any of our denominators equal to 0. Now, obviously, 2 times 1/4 is not 0, and 3 times 1/4 is not equal to 0. Therefore, 1/4 here is a good solution to this equation. Let's move on to the next equation. We will apply the same strategy. All right, so in this equation, two fractions already have the same denominator, but this number here, 3 does not have a denominator, so we can put a 1 underneath. But it's different from the others, so we have to multiply this by y plus 2 times y plus 2. All right, so now we see that we have 10 over y plus 2 equals 3 times y plus 2 over y plus 2 minus 5y over y plus 2. We clearly see that they have the same denominator, so we will multiply the left by the common denominator and the right side of the equation by the common denominator. All right, so now when we multiply this, we cancel the y plus 2 and we get 10 equals, we multiply. So the denominator y plus 2 and our multiplier will be canceled. So we'll have 3 times y plus 2 minus, okay, we cancel the y plus 2 and we will end up with 5y. Now, magic happens, no more fraction. So we can just solve this. So we'll have here 10 is equal to, distribute 3y plus 6 minus 5y. So this is going to be 10 is equal to negative 2y plus 6. I want the y isolated, so minus 6, cancel. We'll have here 4 equals negative 2y, divide by negative 2. Therefore, y is equal to negative 2. Now, will this solution make any of our denominators equal to 0? We notice that if we plug in negative 2 into y plus 2, what happens? This is one of our denominators, y plus 2. If we plug in negative 2 to y, we get 0. So therefore, this is not a good solution. We call that extraneous solution. This is a restricted value for the variable. So that means it can't be the solution. And we don't have any other solution here, so then we say that this equation has no solution. This equation has no solution. And sometimes to say no solution, you can use this symbol, the empty set. All right, so maybe we can start with the next one. Why don't you attempt to do this first, and then we'll come back to it and check your answers, check your work. Okay, so let's solve this. So the denominators are not the same. So we'll attempt to factor each denominator. 2x plus 3 cannot be factored anymore. X minus 2 cannot be factored anymore. So we just need to make them have a common denominator. So we will multiply this by x minus 2. X minus 2. And the other side will be multiplied by 2x plus 3 over 2x plus 3. All right, so now what happens is we're going to have x minus 1 times x minus 2 all over 2x plus 3 times x minus 2 equals 6 times 2x plus 3 all over x minus 2 times 2x plus 3. Notice that the denominators are now exactly the same. So all we're going to do is multiply both sides of the equation by that denominator, x minus 2 times 2x plus 3. And so we can cancel the denominators. So we will end up with x minus 1 times x minus 2 equals 6 times 2x plus 3. And therefore, here we'll have x squared. Okay, we're going to need a box for this to multiply. So we're going to have x minus 1, x minus 2. So this is x squared minus x minus 2x plus 2. Therefore, we'll have here x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals 12x plus 18. Now, this becomes a quadratic equation because of the x squared, so we have to bring everything on one side and 0 on the other side. So we'll have here, we have to minus 12x and minus 18. Minus 12x minus 18. So we'll have here x squared minus 15x minus 16 is equal to 0. Okay,